Indeed, any other recipes that you've seen live on Airtel. Well done, Anna.
Thank you.
In Ireland, over 30,000 people are living with a disability as a result from suffering a stroke. But strokes don't just affect the elderly. Joining me now is Ciaran Gallagher, who suffered a stroke when he was just 12 years old and has learned to live with his subsequent disability through a lot of determination and a love of wrestling, no less. And here also is Norton, Ciaran's wrestling coach, and Dr. Nicola Ryle from the National Rehabilitation Centre. You're all very welcome. Now, Ciaran, if we can go back to when you were 12, and can you tell me about the day that you had a stroke?
Well, I was playing football because that's what I love to do, and it was after the training, and I was in my car, and I just felt a shock down the right side of my body, and I didn't know, and when I got out my car and was trying to go into the house, I've collapsed. And
okay, was it painful, the feeling?
No, it was just a shock, you know.
Okay, what did you think was going on?
I didn't know, you know. I didn't know.
Okay, and who was with you at the time when you were experiencing this pain?
Well, my mum was picking me up, and she drove me home, and tried to get out the car, and just collapsed, you know.
Okay, what happened then after that?
I went to Ennis General Hospital, and then I got transferred to Galway, and then Temple Street, and I stayed there for a month, and then went to the rehab.
Okay, was it when you were in Temple Street that they realised that this was a stroke? How long did it take before they had that diagnosis?
When I was in Galway, they did a MRI scan.
Sure.
And they found out that it was a stroke. Yeah.
And what else did they say about the diagnosis? How did they say the future was going to be for you?
Well, they didn't think I was going to walk again.
They said you were never going to walk again.
Well, there was a small chance, you know, but no, didn't think so.
Was their speech affected?
Yeah, I lost all speech. I had to write down everything, you know.
Okay.
And I was right-handed, so.
Oh. Yes, yeah. And you spent a year in rehab then?
Yeah.
Okay. What was that like? Can you tell us what you went through in rehab?
Well, I had to learn how to talk again and walk again, you know, and it was hard, but I wanted to play football again, like at the level I was playing. So that was my determination, but I found out that I couldn't, so like, you know.
Were you gutted?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Because you obviously love the sport.
Yeah.
How did that whole experience of you not being able to walk and have to learn to walk and to talk as well, how difficult was that for you? How did you get your mind around that?
Well, I think I was too young to know like how severe it was. But you know, like I just want to play football again, you know, like because I was one of the best, you know, and I didn't find out until like a year afterwards that I couldn't play football again like I was, you know. I could play football again, you know, but not at the level I was playing, you know.
But that didn't stop you. You went looking for another sport.
Yeah.
So how did wrestling come into the picture?
Well, since I was like about 4. Wrestling and football has been...
Like every young fella, loving it. But, you know, when did you realise, oh, this could be something I could do, or...?
Well, my brother went to Blake's gym and learned how to wrestle a little bit, and then he told me, because, like, that was my thing, you know, wrestling and football. So I went on to one of the training sessions, and...
That was it?
Yeah.
Blake, what was it like when Ciaran came into you? I mean, were you concerned about his disability?
Well, when he came in, I knew there was no way he'd be able to do it. I'd gotten a voicemail from his mother, Jackie, and she said, the doctor has cleared him to wrestle. I just want you to know that he has a weakness in his right arm, but you can work around that. He's cleared. I said, oh, that's fine, you know.
Fair play to Jackie.
Yeah, I deleted the voicemail. That was fine. And I suppose it was next afternoon. It was a Wednesday afternoon. Ciaran showed up at the door, and I remember the first time it took him 45 seconds to get into the ring. And I mean, I've never said no to anyone training, but I'll only go so far with people. I mean, a lot of people aren't ready, comfortable to protect themselves. If you don't protect yourself, you'll get injured seriously. And just something about Ciaran, he came in and he wanted to be a wrestler, and he wanted that headline WrestleMania. He wanted to do it all. And
just like on TV, Ciaran.
And some little spark in his eye. I mean, I said, well, listen, we'll do what we can, but you're never going to have a match. You know, I mean, you're welcome to come here. You're welcome to come here every week. You know, you don't have to pay. You can just hang around with us. You can learn what you can learn. And as every week and every month steamrolled by, he got better and better, and his resolve and his attitude is incomparable. He is the most incredible student I've ever had, and if he wasn't disabled, I can't imagine what he'd be like, you know. And as it stands,
I'd be nervous. He'd be in the point depot, and we'd all be screaming.
As it stands today, most people who join drop out, and so he's already beaten the odds.
Yeah. Dr. Nicola Ryle, we don't associate people getting strokes at such a young age. Is it common?
Well, there are about 8,000 strokes a year in Ireland, and about a third would be under 65, about 3% under 45, so it's very rare indeed.
And what causes the strokes?
Well, there are all the usual causes, but in young people, more commonly it would be maybe where the vein and the arteries aren't joined together properly, or where one of the arteries splits, and then there can be congenital causes, blood clotting causes, so there are a number of them.
What can you tell us are the obvious symptoms? You know, Ciaran was explaining there, it was just a
shock, was it?
Yes, just a weird feeling going down the right-hand side of your body.
Well, that exactly, an arm, a leg, side of the face, particularly a whole side of the body, numb, loss of power, where your vision is altered, your speech goes, a blinding headache, you know, something like that, something sudden usually.
Can anything be done to prevent it?
Yes, I was listening with interest to a lot of the other stuff earlier. Main thing is exercise, get your cholesterol down, get your blood pressure checked. If you've high blood pressure, you're 4 times more likely to have a stroke. So get your blood pressure checked.
Okay. But in Ciaran's case, he played a lot of football.
Absolutely, it'd be very unusual indeed.
So would he have had any symptoms as a child? Was there anything that was missed at all? It just...
I doubt it. I don't know his case, but I would assume not.
So unusual for such a young age.
What sort of support is out there for people who have suffered a stroke?
Well, there's the professional support, obviously, and then there's voluntary support. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of services available for people in terms of therapy. We offer a service in the National Rehab Hospital, but we're really only touching tip of the iceberg compared to the amount of young people that need to be treated. We have a Spark program, which is for people with speech problems and communication problems. We have a carers program for families to come in to understand more about what's happened to their loved one. There's the volunteer stroke scheme, there's different strokes, so there are a lot of different type of services out there.
When you heard about Ciaran's story, I know you haven't met before, but it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Absolutely, wonderful resolve.
Yeah. And tell us now, there's a big match coming up, Ciaran against his coach Blake. The two of you are going to be wrestling.
Yeah,
tell us about that.
I'm not looking forward to this one. I'm going to get hurt.
But it's on, what date is it on? The 30th of June?
30th of June. It's going to be in the Good Counsel GA Club in Drimna. And you can check out all the details on CelticProWrestling.com. That's the promotion we work for. Okay, it's going to be a proper fight. How are you feeling about it? I feel like a sports commentator. How are you feeling about the match now coming up, Ciaran? I'm enjoying it. You know, I worked hard and I deserve it, you know. Watch yourself, kid.
Blake, all in the look. Look at that look. But Blake, you know, from the first day Ciaran walked in, how would you describe him as a person? There's obviously a lot of determination there.
He sets the bar for everyone. I've never once heard him complain. He scares me a lot because I'm concerned because he never does complain ever. Wow. And, you know, I mean, because of his situation, it's more difficult, far more difficult for him to prevent injury for himself when he's in there wrestling. But because he's fought so hard and so long, you know, you have to respect him, and I do respect him enough to just give him the opportunity, you know.
Okay, well, best of luck. May the best fighter win.
Incredible story. Thanks to everyone
for coming in.
Ciaran, good luck with that.
Right,
Your head must be the ego now, the head after all that. Now it's time to announce the winner of this afternoon.